Hello, Arthur. How are you?
Hi Ray. Yeah, all good. Good. And you?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. You able to see me?
Yeah, I see you now. Just let's wait a few minutes.
Sure.
My colleagues will join as well.
Sure, of course. Whereabouts are you based?
I'm based between London and Riga. Right now I'm in Riga, Latvia,
Yeah.
but we are headquartered in London on Canary Wharf. Yeah.
Yes.
And you?
Uh, Based in the UK, based in Cambridge, actually.
Wow.
My bosses, my boss, he had worked at London for many years and then got tired of the hustle and bustle and wanted somewhere a bit more quieter, so decided to get
Mm.
established in in Cambridge. I mean, it's not too far away. It's about a 40-minute train journey, maybe maximum an hour's drive.
Do you have any football team there?
We have the Cambridge City
Oh,
uh,
yeah.
Football Club. Um, can't say they're the best, but they're
In
there
which
regardless.
Where are they now? In which league?
Oh, I'm not too sure of that.
Okay.
Don't follow them that
Cool. Yeah.
closely.
Okay, everyone is here. Yeah, first of all, thank you, Ray, for responding so quickly and agreeing to hop on the call. I've invited Alexander, he is CEO and co-founder of Gemba, and Robert, he is CRO, and me, I'm responsible for partnerships. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, pleasure to
Hi,
meet you all.
it's good to meet you. Yeah, I'm
Nice to meet
Alexander.
you, Ray.
Yeah, I'm Alexander. I'm the CEO and, as I said, and one of the founders. We also have Robert on the call.
Hey, Ray. Nice to meet you. I'm
Yeah.
Chief Revenue Officer for Gemba. So keen to evaluate how we can be helpful to one another.
Sure. I think I'll introduce a bit about me and obviously AuthoriPay, and if you could do the same with especially what were your efforts of how you envision the partnership to proceed, then that'd be great. So AuthoriPay, we are a fintech and payments consultancy firm. We're now in our 8th year as APCC qualified members. That's the Association of Professional Compliance Consultants.
Mhm.
We initially started out by doing financial licenses across UK, but then slowly expanded into Europe, as well as Canada and some of America as well, and certainly the Middle East. And amongst our services includes conducting audits, assisting in scheme memberships for Visa, MasterCard, and some of the more exotic ones, whether that's for issuing or acquiring. And just general sort of referral partnerships as well, whether that's finding appropriate banking partners or utilizing banking as a service, principal agency models, which has significantly changed over the last few years in the UK, especially.
Mhm.
Um, and we also offer high interest bearing safeguarding accounts. So slightly different to a traditional credit institution. You actually earn interest on the client funds that you safeguard, and that's done through authorized custodians like BlackRock, State
Mm.
Street, and Federated Hermes. And of the company, so all the sort of business development partnerships aspect, I look after. So yeah, over to you guys if you could just delve into a bit more about Gemba
Um,
and your efforts.
yeah, I will introduce Gamba just on the BlackRock. Is it the cash matrix you're talking about?
It's the safeguarding the client funds under the secure liquid assets method. So you
Yeah.
obviously it's still segregated as opposed to an insurance method. But instead of going with the likes of ClearBank or LHV, who charge you around 15K a month, our solution is considerably cheaper and allows you to make money on the funds. And it's in GBP, euros, and USD.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you're looking at
Clearbank
around,
charges a bit more than 15 now. So
yeah, well, I mean, it's every year I think they're tacking on an extra 3 to 5K. So
right.
I'm sort of slowly losing track of all the things are increasing on, but
Right.
it's pretty
Right.
rough out there, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So let me explain what Gemba is and what we do. So we are we're an authorized payment institution here in the UK. However, we operate like basically a payments bank. We have our own sort codes. I think it's 3 sort codes here in the UK. We have a SWIFT. We're connected to major payment systems here in the UK. So fast payments, BACS, CHAPS. So we do direct debits. We do instant bulk payouts locally and internationally, connected to SWIFT, Target2, SEPA. We also enable our clients to do instant payouts to 120 countries using account to card payments, Visa Direct and MasterCard Money Send, and launching soon instant cross-border account-to-account payments. So we tested, for instance, payment to Dubai. It takes 50 seconds to settle in the account, and so other orders work pretty fast as well. We are our clients are also able to issue their own corporate credit cards as a credit card bin. We are not issuing ourselves as we're not an e-money, but we're using a vendor for this, and it's a credit card bin again. Also, we are launching quite soon the deposit marketplace. I think it's 67 banks connected here in the UK. So basically, you can put money aside and choose between the offers of all these 67 banks, depending on like the interest rate and other terms that bank offers, and actually a lot more. So basically, we're built in a way like Wise in terms of the infrastructure.
Sure.
But unlike Wise, we're not looking for like customers directly. What we did is we developed a very fast way to embed a full stack banking application with all the features that I've described on our partners' subdomain, like banking.yourcompany.com, or directly within their web application if they have one. So they are able to launch this full stack banking application in literally under 7 minutes. And they don't have to have they don't have to have the infrastructure. They don't have to have the compliance team. They don't have to have a license. They don't even have to have a customer support team, because we do that all as a service. And they may want to go for a license later, or they may be in a process of license application, which can take, you probably know how long, even with the provisional licenses. We'll see how it's going to work, but anyway. So basically, we enable these companies to go live today and test their product, test the market, and see whether they need a license or they need to, do something with their products and so on. We focus like mainly on early stage fintechs, or maybe not so early stage, like global EOR companies. Accountancy firms and others. But the way we work with companies like yourselves is like basically we understand, like we went through the whole process, and actually it took us about 4.5 years to just do the first trade. Not only it's about the license and the application process, it's then about building correspondent banking relationships, the product integrations, participation in schemes, and like payment schemes and so on, getting source codes, Swift codes, and Swift codes, FSIs, and so on. So we understand that you guys may have clients who want to get the license, but they may bounce when they understand that it's going to take them X amount of money. It's going to take them, I don't know, a year and a half to just get the license, and then when they get the license, they go to the bank, which will say like, when you have this turnover, we're going to be able to onboard you and so on. So we offer partnership with companies like yourselves, where you could, like, if you see a churning client or a bouncing client, you can actually like resell this solution to your clients. And we, with that solution, well, we understand that we basically, you don't lose a client, because they're able to test their product without the license application, and then most likely they will want to apply for the license, because they would probably want some like more independence on decision making process. Because with our solution, for instance, we decide whether the applicant can be onboarded, even if it's their client.
Yeah.
Because we don't do PSD or IMD agents. But then, yeah, they will still want. You'll keep the lead, and you'll probably keep. If the product works, they will probably decide on license application. But on top of that, we also, I don't know if that's conflict of interest, but if it's not, we also offer a 5% revenue share. So basically 5% of all the fees that your clients pay, we're able to share that with you. For instance, basically 5p on a £1 fee from each payment you're going to be receiving on a monthly basis. And that is for all the clients that they are attracting. So yeah, basically that's that. We have some recognition. We launched this solution like about 18 months ago. We've grown more than 10 times last year. We're on Sifted 100 UK and Ireland fastest growing companies. We've been through JP Morgan FinTech Forward program. We are on the UK government website as a trusted banking partner for companies looking to expand into the UK or from the UK to the other countries, and yeah, so on. And basically, one important thing about us is that we see ourselves more as a tech company with a financial services license, because half of the team is our software developers, who are actually like agent operators. Of course, we use AI to deliver the software faster, so we can do some custom integrations if there's a business case, or basically the app right now that we release and that we deploy on our partners website is customizable, but I think by the end of June, as it's planned, we are going to be releasing a standalone online banking front-end application. We're still going to be managing the back end. We're still going to be doing compliance as a service, customer support as a service, and payments as a service as we do. But we're going to be releasing this standalone online banking application and mobile banking applications a few months later, which we will then open source. Basically, the clients will be able to take the code and embed it into their existing app. For instance, if they are a wealth management app, or they are like a stock trading app, or whatever app they're developing, or they can add their own components on top of our application to make a unique fintech. Yeah, so we're just handling all the payments that their customers are making, and they're keeping their business, but we're doing the payments. And basically a stock trading app with embedded account current account functionality is just like a bank account with a trading functionality, and it's just a more complete and end-to-end product for their end users. So yeah, if you have any questions, we'll be glad to.
Sure. I think that is all relatively straightforward. I think it's just more, and to be honest with you, the idea of putting tech first over payment services, certainly from your client's perspective, or the ones you're looking to get, it's going to be an easier sort of pill to swallow for them. They're rather focused on the tech aspect as opposed to the payments, especially if they're on the verge of deciding whether they should delve into payments fully, and then they sort of start to realize, oh, I have to meet all of these compliance requirements, these capital adequacy requirement, I have to do all of these functions and have these employees in place, and it sort of becomes a very big onerous process for them. I guess my initial questions to begin with is, say, because you said you're targeting other sort of smaller to medium-sized fintechs. When you go through the onboarding process with these fintechs, because they are just utilizing the tech and all the payment processing is conducted by your firm, does that mean the clients of these small to medium-sized fintechs, will their clients ultimately be your clients? Is how see it?
So they actually have to be our clients, yes, but we're not. They are their clients and our clients at the same time. They have to be formally our clients in order for us to
Sure.
open an account for them and provide them with banking with the payment instructions. But they see the whole customer base. They see some information about their clients, like their contact details, names, emails, their turnover, and maybe some additional data that we're able to share. Of course, they also see the revenue. Oh, I forgot to say a very important thing. So, what's their incentive for this? So we have our base fees that are on our website. We share with these white label partners. We share 20% of the fees that we collect from their clients that their clients are paying. And if they want custom fee structure for their clients, so basically everything that they add on top of our basic base fees, they get 70% of that. So basically, it's not only like we are processing all their payments, and they're also, getting pretty good share of the pie. And the other important thing, right now we don't. So in order for them to onboard with us, they do have to go through the regular onboarding process, because in order to start using white label, they have to have an account with us. And we have to do the due diligence just for as for any other company that has an account with us. We don't when they set up the white label, we don't charge the setup fee, we don't have the platform fee, and we don't ask for minimum commitments. So I would say there's zero cost for them at the moment, and then we pay them basically their customers to start paying. So basically, there is no risk. We don't even do trials, because there's no point in running a trial for a free product, and it's super fast to set up. Most people do that without any kind of customer support. So yes, but then their customers, when they basically set up banking.theircompany.com, they see the banking app, they see the application, everyone can apply for an account through that banking app. Everything is done in their kind of branding and design as their original website, which they again don't have to do redesign manually, because we scrape their app or website and we redesign the app ourselves. So when they apply on their website, the data actually goes directly to us, and we then process the application manually or automatically, depending on the red flags that may come up during the onboarding process. But their customers do become our clients. However, during the onboarding process, they see which stage their customer at. We're going to be showing what basically documents are required to kind of complete if somebody didn't somebody left the application without completing it, and so on. So they are able to kind of give their customer support to their customers directly. But if they don't want that, we have the team that is in charge of customer success and the onboarding and basically everything. All customer support communication is of course done from their under their brand. So it's not us. Basically, their customers don't even see Gemba as a underlying bank unless they read terms and conditions. But basically, they retain their customers under their brand and with their company. But we are doing everything on the back end.
Sure. Okay. I think that is going to be a lot more attractive for a lot of firms, because we've come across this model isn't we've come across it quite a bit, especially this sort of white label banking as a service as opposed to the EMD PSD agency model. And even then, they still price it as if it is a PSD or an EMD agency model, where it's like minimum 5 to 10K onboarding fee, monthly fees, and then transaction-based fees. So what you're saying is your sort of revenues generated through taking a cut of the fees that they around 80%, you said, of.
Yeah. So there are base fees. Like account opening or account maintenance for the end user is zero, but then there are payment fees, FX margins, some others. So there are base fees, but say like if there's a zero fee for account maintenance or a subscription fee, we like nobody earns anything. But if, for instance, the white label partner wants to set it, say, to £10, then they are going to be getting £7 monthly from that, and we're going to be getting £3.
Sure.
And just indicatively, if there's a payment which we charge, like say £1 for, or maybe well, maybe less, maybe yeah. So we it's a base fee. We keep 80 pence on this, and they
Right.
are getting 20. But if they set it to £2, for instance, they are still going to be getting 20 p on the base fee, and then they're going to be getting 70 on everything that's on top. So it's going to be 90p for them and 1.1 pound for us. So, but if they want to set it to £3, then they're going to be getting 70% of £2. So yeah. Also, the markup fees, they work the same. I think we have 60 basis points as a base fee, but they can set it to 1%, and they're going to be getting what is that? They're going to be getting 20% of the 60 basis points and 70% of 40 basis points on top.
Sure.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
the important thing about that, Ray, is that it really just aligns all of our incentives, right? We do well when the client does well. There's not a minimum that's required. There's not a minimum transaction amount. There's not a minimum platform fee. There's no subscription fee. It's really all transactional in nature, which does make the model more unique, but it aligns everybody's incentives to, have their business grow. We grow when they grow.
Sure.
Yeah. Also, like we bear all the risk. For instance, well, APP fraud reimbursement scheme, right? So if their customers are exposed to that, and we do everything to fight it, I just must say that out of more than 1.4 billion pounds we processed for the last year, we only had to reimburse £20, which is
Wow.
very low. But then they're also they don't bear the risk. So basically, we are a payment institution, and we are in charge of fighting the risk of fraud and then reimbursing if we couldn't identify that. So it's also very important. And you again, if you attract those clients, of course you're not liable for any risk that their customers bring in. Because we do the onboarding and we take this risk.
Yeah. Okay. No, this is really good to hear because I already have one client find this model very useful. Just to give you some context, they are very competent and they've been quite successful recently. They do payroll for a bunch of their customers are all businesses, so not even consumers. They were initially doing a similar model with one company, and we assisted them in becoming EMD agents with another. They had a horrible journey with them. They've sort of reverted back to their old partner, and the fees are and everything is still quite, it's not useful for them. So I think this model will be very because they are looking to become an authorized payment institution in the end, but that journey is still quite a bit of a ways away, possibly minimum at least a couple of years. So this feels like a pretty good fit for them.
Yeah. So I just must say that we have clients who like when they onboarded, they said they were going to apply for a license. We have a process in place to then migrate the customer data once they get their license. So that should not be an issue. We have a policy internally. We never contact customers directly. We heard that some of the players do that, but it's just this is breaking the whole model. And also about the client itself, is it the payroll, the accounting part, or is it like EOR or like an umbrella kind of companies that they're working with? I think there wasn't a bit.
Sorry, I think my connection's going down a bit. Can you just repeat that last section?
Yeah. So about that client, is that are they payroll as an accountant, or are they doing like employer of record or like umbrella or?
Oh, they are processing the payroll payments as one aspect of the business model. But you mentioned accountants as well.
Yeah.
That's another sort of customer base that you're looking at. Can you delve a bit more into that?
So basically, the point about accountants is that well, they know their customers better than the bank can imagine because they run their books, and they can, with like embedding our online banking into their like dashboard, if it's that kind of like company, or just into their website, makes them an accountant plus a bank to their customers. So basically, they're able to, if their customers give consent, they're able to, access their transactional data, and with Gemba or through open banking that we're currently launching in other banks. So, and then again, if it's a customer of that accountancy firm, their customer probably will get better banking experience than with a bank, especially if it's some complex transactions, because accountants can, if we ask them, can share relevant information about their customers. So basically, we can ask them about a certain kind of business, and they can confirm professionally that it's a legitimate business and so on. So their customers don't get questions about payments, and their payments are not stopped or anything. So that's kind of a win-win situation for everyone, for us, for the accountancy firm, and for the end user. Again, if it's just about the knowledge of customers. If we speak about payrolls, we actually have a lot of companies doing like EORs or umbrellas, and everyone seems to be happy because we do, like, for instance, the bulk payouts locally. We process up to 3,500 payments a minute, 24/7, and like 99% of them settle within a minute. If like you submit a payment file Friday night, and we're launching now account to card payouts if they're doing international employment, or account to account, which is also instant, and it's all the like salary payouts or contractor payouts are usually time sensitive. So, and we do that really fast and at scale. It's like everyone's happy. They can be sure. We have that feature, and like we have the customer. We know the business. We have customers from those kind of industries pretty well, and know their like pain points. And we never had any everyone is happy about the product, the way it works, the speed, and so on.
Sure. No, I think that is all quite clear. Yeah, I think there's definitely an opportunity here, more so than how the current landscape is with especially with PSD, MD agents, or just even general banking as a service. What would you say as for next steps? Would you be able to send over some information regarding the actual sort of product, especially what sort of payment processing you're able to conduct, and maybe some information on the sort of ideal customers you're looking for as well, and then following that, any sort of referral arrangements for us to look over?
Arthur can follow up. Basically, like we can send you marketing materials. We'll do that, but we've set up. I mean, we've just put together a 2-page email, I would say, with all payments, corridors, and the speed and so on. It also is followed up by our risk appetite policy. It's always on our website, and it's always up to date. Basically, if there's something on the website, it's already published across all our systems internally. We don't do gambling. We don't do adult services, and things like recreational drugs or like arms and dealers and so on. So it's all quite standard. But we're gonna share it all with you, and then if you want, you could try to set up an account for your company yourself, just to see how the process works.
Sure.
Again, it's free. You can like even set up the white label for yourself. You don't have to use it. You can like set it up, see how it works, and you can just set it down or whatever. because it's free. We can do this free because we've automated a lot of processes, and like the deployment is fully automatic, does not require our staff to be involved or your people as well. And that's why we're able to kind of allow this the deployment of this and the setup for free at this time. So we can also set up like an introductory call with the tech team if you want like to know more about like the tech stack and so on. And just one thing, it's not only the app and the white label banking application that we're doing. We of course have the APIs, everything that all other BaaS providers have. So it's all there, of course. And if they have their own application, they want API, they can use it. If they don't, they can just set up the white label application and just go like that.
Yeah.
Ray, just one thing. It sounds though that you are keen to potentially do an actual referral arrangement, and you already have a potential client. It would be great to even test that. So we can definitely set up a more formal referral arrangement, and we could test it with one of your clients, right?
Yeah, that would be very good.
Just quick note from Ray: if AuthoriPay wants to receive a revenue share, that would be good to open your account first of all in Gemba. Then you will test the interface. You can also install the white label if you want, even to see how quick it is.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, send over all the details, and then I'll have a quick chat with this client, because we're currently working on their Canadian MSB application. So I think now is as appropriate as a time for me to just check up on them, see how things go, and then obviously once you send over the materials, I can use that as a way to see if that's something they'd be interested in, and then we can take it from there.
Sure.
Yeah, sounds great.
Yeah, I will follow up after this call with like summarized email with all we can offer for your clients and with the next steps. And
that sounds good.
And your client information, we will look quickly.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. And if you're ever in Canary Wharf in London, feel free to pop into our office. Yeah.
So, will you gents be going to Money 2020 in a few weeks?
We do actually go. I've been to every Money 2020 except year 2020 when it didn't happen, since it was in Copenhagen in 2016. So yeah, we go every year. Sometimes have a booth, but I don't think it's going to be this year. So it's either me and the other co-founder and maybe a couple of people from our company. But if you're there, we could definitely, set up a meeting there as well.
Sure. Yeah, that would be wonderful.
Okay. Yeah. Great.
All right. Pleasure meeting you all. Looking forward to the email.
Nice
Sure.
to meet you.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Good day.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.